three. Then there were three.
I know. I come back and the other two flee.
That's right. There's a little rhyme there and all.
I know. I didn't even
got some
mean
good bookends here.
Yeah.
Thanks. I like both of these two men.
Yep.
Okay, so one of the big topics, it was actually trending online, and it was a local topic, so I love when we have local things to discuss. But Chick-fil-A is coming to the Spectrum Center.
Yeah, I was thinking about this. You have Bojangles Coliseum. And maybe that's it. It'll be Chick-fil-A
Spectrum.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. And
The
so they're
Chick-fil-A Coliseum.
We're going to take over here. You can have your Coliseum on Independence Boulevard. What do you think?
But does enough happen at Bojangles? I mean, I know they have the concerts, they have conventions, they have like the hockey.
Wow. Yeah. A lot of people are surprised by this for a number of reasons.
Yeah, and you guys kind of brought up a good point that the NBA gets involved, social topics.
China, just say China. That's all you need to say. But I mean, for us, HB2, NBA got very involved in that. And being that Chick-fil-A is a company that's taken some strongly conservative stances when it comes to things like gay marriage. A lot of people are surprised that NBA would go along with this.
It's called money.
And money. The free market and money, it will always prevail. And then also, Chick-fil-A is closed Sundays.
Right. Now, I did, obviously, because the Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, where the Falcons play, they brought in Chick-fil-A, and everyone was like, why? We play on Sundays. They're not going to serve Chick-fil-A. And that is, I feel like, a stronger argument, because I looked just for this year for the Hornets, and I only saw a couple Sunday games, and even some of those are away. So the amount of Hornets games, it won't affect them too much, per se. But, there's a lot of reaction on our Facebook page. You'll see the comments
That
of
means
people.
if you want a chicken on Sunday, you can't get your chicken on Sunday.
And what Bojangles serves, don't they serve chicken?
Yeah.
That is Bojangles.
Yeah. They get the chicken biscuit. Don't get involved in that controversy again.
And it's also a little surprising because Bojangles is Charlotte-based.
Yes.
I know. And I think that would probably upset a lot of people. And some people were asking, like, why can't they have both? And does it really come down to, like, one corporation, whoever puts up the most money gets it?
I think it's like for exclusive rights is what it is. So I think I saw the press release and it said something like Chick-fil-A is now the exclusive partner of the Hornets for all chicken somethings. And
so they're going to get the advertisement in the stadium.
It's a big PR campaign.
100%. 100%. So
anyway, that's it.
But that's not starting until next season.
Yeah.
So, some people were saying, get our campaign going, and did your CLT campaign didn't change the uniforms.
Still CHA on those uniforms.
We have a poll. I don't know if we'll pop it up, but Ben was asking. So you're in the stadium. What do you prefer?
Yeah.
I want to make one statement about what you said about the uniforms. If you look at airport locators, CHA is Chattanooga.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So this has been going back and forth. Right now, Chick-fil-A clearly taking the lead right now, 63%. So let us know what you think.
This topic is a little tricky because it's like, well, do you like a Chick-fil-A sandwich better, or do you like a Bojangles sandwich better, or are you saying I want to support Bojangles over supporting Chick-fil-A because of what they stand for?
There's so many issues. You want to support the local guys. I mean, there's.
I mean, we also had in my trending hit how there are a couple topics in the news right now involving Chick-fil-A, and there was a principal in New Orleans that turned away free Chick-fil-A for the staff because they wanted to show support for all of their staff members, including those that...
Too complicated.
I know. And then there's an airport in Texas who is trying to ban Chick-fil-A, and the Attorney General is investigating whether that violates the company's First Amendment rights. So...
Yeah.
All right.
They're in the news still.
The owner, Kathy of Chick-fil-A, I think, has even come out and I think said he regretted the way he expressed some of his opinions in the past, because I think this is probably more than they ever wanted to get involved in. And as a chairman of a company, of course entitled to whatever beliefs he wants to have, but I think this was probably more. I'm sure Chick-fil-A does not want to be known as this polarizing sort of entity. So. Anyway.
I read that too this morning because we were talking about how the COO and CEO have made comments before. I'm like, okay, let me dig to find where these comments came from. And it was back in 2011 and 2012, and they did say, like, okay, I get that my opinion may not be popular to everybody. Maybe we should kind of back off. So the other big topic.
moving forward.
Was the Democratic debate. I caught like the first 30 minutes. What about you guys?
I saw the replay when I came in this morning. I watched
Yeah, I always watch the.
Yeah, I didn't watch it last night, but.
Right.
I watched the first hour.
I enjoy this one more than the previous debates. They're all there, each one had their little controversial topic.
I think there was definitely some more sparring in this one.
There was, yeah, it was good to see that.
And they were all in on Elizabeth Warren. Of course, she's now sort of the new front runner.
That's what happens.
And so she was the subject of a lot of sort of verbal attacks. But yeah, it was interesting. So we asked the poll there at the bottom of the screen, which one of these issues is the most important to you? And healthcare right up there at the top. And it took a lot of at least the part of the debate I saw, took up a lot of the conversation. Less so troops in Syria, reproductive rights. So, a lot of people have criticized it for. It was a 3-hour debate, and there's still a lot of things that were not talked about.
Oh, I know. They couldn't get to everything. That's a debate that could be about 8 hours.
And they still ended up asking at the end, about Ellen and George W. Bush and that sort of friendship. And a lot of people have criticized that because they said, okay, well, what about all these other issues we should have talked about rather than something like that. But I do think you've got to have a debate that has a variety of different questions. They can't all be hard, focused policy.
Was it Cory Booker that said, I don't want to stand up here and bash each other because at the end of the day, we're trying to get one of us in the White House, basically, and then we're going to be friends after.
There's a lot of people who sit there and watch something like that and then say you're a Democrat and you want a Democrat to win. A lot of people watch it and be like, we are not doing ourselves any favors by picking ourselves apart because Donald Trump doesn't have a primary. He's going to go right through.
Well, that's happened with the Republicans the same way.
Oh, back and forth.
Yeah.
4 years ago, it was 17 Republicans, I think, on stage.
Right.
There was everybody up there.
Yes.
So, and the same claim was made then: is that are we really doing ourselves a favor by picking ourselves apart? It's the primary system. That's what happens.
You do have to somehow stand apart from the people that you may have similar, beliefs in at least, or how you may handle big topics. I asked that question because I was trending on Twitter of people disappointed because they spent 22 minutes at the end asking. So they bringing up the Ellen and George W. Bush. They were like, "What unlikely friendship do you guys have that would maybe surprise us?"
An interesting question.
Yeah, and 74% right now are saying they were disappointed with the question over liking it, but I like a little personal flair.
You got to break it up a little bit. You can't be all totally serious.
Political scientists have also often said that people vote for president who they feel like they could go have a beer with at a bar. Somebody you could just sit down and have a normal conversation with, and somebody you identify with. And questions like that help sort of identify that person for people.
Yeah. Elizabeth Warren, she got the most time. I think it was 23 minutes, and then it was Joe Biden, who Joe Biden still.
Front runner always gets more time.
She got a lot more time, but it was only because by most debate rules, if somebody's personally attacked or not even attacked, but if someone is referenced, then you've got to give them a chance to defend themselves and offer a rebuttal. So. It was bound to happen.
Switching gears here to one of our other news topics. I guess there was a study done about, are you your mother's favorite child or not?
Yes. And it says, I don't completely understand the methodology behind it, but it said more than likely you're not.
Yeah.
You mean if you think you are, you're probably not.
Right.
Exactly.
I guess the survey was done by YouGov. And they said they find that a majority of people think that birth order shapes their personality, and maybe 2/3 of people say that their mom or that they're their favorite child of their parents, but they're not. So the oldest is likely the intelligent, introverted, and leader in the family. Middle kids are confident, outgoing, and self-disciplined, and the youngest children are funny and charming. These kind of things freak me out because they always are true for me.
Yeah, there's certain aspects of truth to it.
Like my sister, she is introverted. She takes care of the rest of us.
I also wonder, though, if it's sort of like astrology as well, where you sit there and you pick apart the things that you identify with as your sign. And there's not much science to it at all whatsoever. But
then somehow it's scary.
You see a few words and you're like, oh, that is me. And that is too. And everybody walks away feeling confirmed in their,
But I am I would think I'm the more confident, outgoing sibling. I talk constantly in the family, and the others are more quiet. And then my younger two siblings are very charming and sweet. What are you, Larry?
I have no idea.
No.
Do you have siblings?
Oh,
right?
yes, I do. I stand at those debates. Your mother loves all. That's the way I look at it. She loves them all.
Did you think that as a kid?
No. I didn't think that. No.
Ben? How many siblings do you
I'm the
have?
baby of 4 boys, and
That is so crazy.
I think,
Poor mom.
like I say, some of those things certainly ring true. Of course, I'm my mother's favorite. That goes without saying.
Yeah,
but
you're part of the 2/3 that are wrong.
The survey says I'm also wrong.
Just
So
kidding.
yeah.
Yeah, you're funny and charming.
Some would say.
Is your
and some would
oldest
say
brother
some would say
introverted?
no. My oldest brother is certainly more introverted. Yes.
And is the middle 2 boys, are they outgoing, confident?
One is and one is not.
Yeah.
The second one is definitely outgoing, confident. The other one's, I would say, competent, but is much more introverted into himself. So, again, I think you sort of pick some of those things out that you're like, oh yes, those are absolutely me.
If I could pull up our Facebook Live, I'd see what people are saying, but that's tough.
Oh.
Not in this building.
No.
Requires the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
The next story was about North Carolina getting their first ever dog travel agent.
This is so cute. I absolutely. If you do nothing else today, go check out this website because kudos to the. And
What's the website again?
I don't know them at all, but the State Department of Tourism. They have done a great job with this website. It's so well done.
So this is the dog, right?
Yeah.
5-year-old
Vito
rescue
Doggo.
from Charlotte.
She's from Charlotte.
Exploring Doggo.
She's in Plaza Midwood there.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just.
His name is Doggo, I guess. Hello, Doggo.
So what's the point of this?
It's honestly, it's a tourism campaign. So it's places that, and we actually did the story back a couple of months ago. They're like, hey, North Carolina is looking for its official travel agent dog, so they can do a whole campaign about all the great places you can take your dog in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
So you could submit your dog on Instagram and things like
do
that.
they pay expenses and everything? You get to
I
stay
think so,
there?
honestly,
That's
yeah.
great.
So they picked this dog, which is from Charlotte, and
That is cool.
so
I think we have the link somewhere.
We're going to post it in the Facebook Live, so it'll be in the comments section.
But anyway, you go and kudos again to the people who did this because it's a really smart, well done little website. And
I think you're.
if I ever leave TV news, it's to go
Is that what you're gonna do?
go work with some dogs in the tourism department.
I thought for sure that you did sign up Scout, and then Carolyn called you out,
Yeah,
and you're
I
like,
talked
no.
about it. I didn't know.
She would have been good.
I'm a bad dog dad. I know I should have.
Next time.
Heads up, if you haven't opened your door or looked out the window, it was kind of rainy this morning. Is it still raining?
Kind of like one of those days you just like to stay inside. Stay at home.
We have not seen an active radar in a minute.
Yeah, we got some showers out there this morning, and for the afternoon we'll see breaking the rain. Today will be in the 70s. It's really tomorrow morning with clear skies, 45. I tell you, those heaters are going to be on tomorrow morning, and even colder Friday morning. We're around 41 degrees. Some of the outlying communities will be in the upper 30s on Friday. What this does makes those leaves change just like that. For the weekend, should be okay. This will be a great weekend, by the way, Saturday especially, to head to the mountains. Some of the elevations around Asheville in that area already are not peak yet, but once you get up towards Grandfather Mountain, higher Sugar Mountain, Beach Mountain, those areas, leaves are starting to get to their peak, and by the middle of next week, there should be a peak time. Next weekend will also be a good weekend, but the problem is we're going to have some very high winds in the mountains this afternoon.
They could take leaves off.
That does take leaves off. I hate to say that. It happens every year, but still, don't discourage you from heading out. And then in Charlotte, in about a week and a half here, we'll start to see. You don't have to go anywhere. Just drive around town.
Man, I have got to.
It is prettier in the mountains.
Oh, no doubt about that. And the trip up, whether you're going 74, if you're heading up Interstate 40, 321, 421, Highway 16, pick your favorite.
And obviously, we've all lived in different places, but since moving from Florida, this is what I love about the Carolinas, this weather and getting to see all the seasons. But it's officially time to take out the Ugg boots.
Well,
What? Did you not see 46 degrees tomorrow morning?
I would still say Ugg boots are a little much.
I don't have a pair yet.
I do. I actually have a pair of male Uggs. I do.
Are they high?
I leave them for I leave them for
Are they
snow,
ugly or just?
They are.
Okay, there we go.
Appropriately.
But they're comfy,
Yeah.
nonetheless. Ben, Daniel wants you to know you're cool.
Oh, please.
Oh,
Thank you.
had to let you know that.
Again, that's up for debate.
That's true.
We'll put the poll up tomorrow, maybe.
Yeah, please don't.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the morning.
Rock and roll. All right, ready for the big broadcast? I'm going to go live.